Guys, I did it again. I did it again. I played the intro for 1 whole minute because I actually forgot that I was live. I just thought there was music playing in the background, I thought my life had suddenly had a theme song. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep playing my intro for way too long. Way too long. I just get carried away. First and foremost, big up to everybody in the chat. Be sure to whenever I do a poll on the likes, you guys run it up. Have you hit the like button? No. Yes. For Friday vibes. Whenever I do a poll, you lot always seem to do it. Like you run up the likes like crazy. Like, let me make sure you hit the like button. You guys know what it is. I'm back calling show. It's been a minute since I did one. The last time I did it, a lot of people were calling for Erik ten Hag's head. Not literally, but figuratively in it. Like, it wasn't literal. But I'm back on the back of a nice win. I hope you lot are feeling good today. I hope you lot woke up in a happy mood, because I did. I woke up at 8 a.m. I woke up in a happy mood. Straight 3 points. Kobe Mainoo masterclass. And you know what? I saw a clip that actually made me laugh. Did you not see Garnacho celebrating with Kobe when he scored? I was pretty sure Garnacho got subbed off. I thought maybe I'm bugging out and he didn't get subbed off, but he did get subbed off. He ran the entire mile of half of the pitch from the bench to the corner flag to celebrate with Garnacho, with Kobe Mainoo, sorry. Nigerian Angola 1-0. Yeah, I know. I was just watching it before I went live. Big up to everyone. You lot know what it is. We're here with the call-in show. Members get priority as per always. You know what it is. I'll put the link in the chat pretty soon. If you want to join the call and you want to share your opinion, it will be very brief, 2 to 3 minutes maximum per person, but make sure you put your name in there so that I can see your name. It's as simple as that. But it's the day after the night before, if you want to put it like that. Erik ten Hag finally picks up 3 points away from home against Wolves. Big 3 points. It's a very important 3 points in my opinion. Manchester United needed it. Near enough to a full starting 11. Lisandro Martinez back, Casemiro back, Rafael Varane back. So Erik ten Hag really has the players that he needed. He really has the players that he's been emphasizing on a lot, saying that once their return happens, that Manchester United, he'll be able to play the way that he wants. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there were some red flags, or maybe some amber flags, if you want to say it like that, in yesterday's games. 2-0 Victor Osimhen just scores. I guess that's done. Seems like every time I hate on Nigeria, they win. Maybe I should start supporting them and then they will lose. You know what? Semi-finals, I'm gonna support them and then they'll probably lose. But I like Victor Osimhen in it. I can't be a hater. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up MK United. Big up I Am Me. Big up to Imran as always and Noah. Big up to Alumba. Big up Ak. Big up MUFC says big up Mina and the chat. Big up to everyone. I want to hear everybody's. You know what? Let's just we're going to go straight into the call-in the next couple of minutes, because I just want to hear everyone's thoughts. I'm going to do a watch along for DR Congo versus Guinea. That's in about an hour and a half. So this stream is going to run for about an hour or so, because then I need to just quickly set up for my next stream, drink some water, all of that stuff, get my snacks, because that's going to be a long stream. And then straight after that stream, we'll be live on Saeed's channel for a debate night, Friday Night Vibes, man. You guys already know what it is. My keeper howler like Onana. I'm glad Imran just mentioned this, because I'm guessing Angola's goalkeeper had a bad spell for that Victor Osimhen goal. But let's talk about Andre Onana. Before we talk about the highs of yesterday's games, reflect on Hojlund's game, reflect on Mainoo's game, reflect on the impact of Lisandro Martinez. Let's talk about that shambolic of a goalkeeper, number 24, Andre Onana. Now, I'm not a hater, guys. I'm not a hater, but I cannot watch him anymore and think this man is not a goalkeeper. He cannot be a goalkeeper. It's physically impossible. I've never seen someone scared to touch the ball with their hands. Jose Sarr, I don't know if you lot saw yesterday, but Jose Sarr, him and Hojlund were chasing down a ball. Do you remember? And then Jose Sarr went to the ground. He took a weird touch and then went to the ground and then quickly got up to boot it out. Yeah? He looked like he was about to handball it. Why? Goalkeeper instinct. That's what you call goalkeeper mentality, goalkeeper instinct. He knows he's a goalkeeper. He was about to pick it up with his hands just because that's what he's used to, but then he realized he's outside of the box. Andre Onana outside of the box, he will still probably try to play with ball to his feet. his goalkeeping awareness is very worrying. It's actually very worrying. Like, there's some negatives I would say from yesterday's game, especially, being 3-1 up or 3-2, 3-1 up, that you're, or 3-2 up, sorry, and you're holding on to a lead in extra time and you overcommit a number of people forward. That's bad. Whether the manager should have to tell them, some of you guys stay back, or whether the players make the decision for themselves. They should be smart enough and mature enough and experienced enough to say so themselves, to be like, you know what, let's not all overcommit. We're 3-2 up. Let's just relax. I don't want to attribute the loss to Harry Maguire, the equalizer, sorry, to Harry Maguire, but I saw a stat that said that Harry Maguire has bad luck because whenever he comes on and Man United are defending a lead, they tend to lose that lead. Of course, yesterday Manchester United won, so that's the exception. But for me, one of the biggest red flags, we could talk about Anthony as well. We can talk about that too. But the worrying part for me is simply Andre Onana. I cannot fathom how Bayinda isn't even. I'll be honest. Newport County away in the FA Cup wasn't enough of a consensus for me to have an opinion on Bayinda. But I've seen Onana enough, and I'm very aware of what he's capable of doing. I'm very aware of his limitations, the positives, the negatives, all of that sort of stuff. But yesterday just further confirmed to me that he has no shot stopping ability, none. And I don't want to hear about these stats. Sorry guys, I don't want to hear these stats from, oh, he had the highest stop shot in ability and percentage and all this stuff in the Champions League last. I don't want to hear that, because I'm talking about purely his time at Manchester United right now. I'm judging him of his time the last 6 months, and every game he does the same stuff. It's the startled look, the inability to dive. How many times have I watched the ball just pass him? He doesn't even dive. He just watches it pass him. How many times have we seen that this season? And if it's not that, it's he dives too early. It's one or the other. His positioning is usually good. His positioning is pretty usually good for him to read the game, but he just does not want to dive. And if he does, he dives too early. I don't know how Erik ten Hag, I understand Erik ten Hag feels like a modern day goalkeeper is very important. So, having a goalkeeper that can play out from feet and all of that kind of stuff is important. But nah, this guy's not it, man. He is not it. I'm sorry. I don't know how much further. It's very scary to see, more games to come and the limitations that we might see. Now, we might be lucky in the instance that Manchester United's back line is, back to being the four that the manager prefers. Luke Shaw, Varane, Lisandro, Dalot, or Wan-Bissaka are interchangeable. But people will still shoot from far. Liverpool at Anfield, guys, how many times were they shooting from everywhere and anywhere? Because that's the instructions that people have coming up against Andre Onana. Just shoot from wherever. You got the ball from 30 yards out, go for goal. 25 yards, go for goal. 20 yards, go for goal. Anywhere you are, just go for goal, because the goalkeeper's going to make a mistake. Like, it's really that bad. And you know what? Someone I've given my criticisms to, and I said this last night, but someone I've given my criticisms to that has shown to me that he is actually an important part of the build-up and the way that United play going forward is Diogo Dalot. I've had criticisms of him. I feel like he still has his limitations defensively. I think his crossing is not as great as people make it out to be, but his ability to drive the ball forward, he's very comfortable with dribbling, which you don't really get in fullbacks at Manchester United. Let's be real, we don't really get that with fullbacks, but he's very comfortable with dribbling, breaking the lines, getting involved, and also providing that support for Garnacho. Him and Garnacho is a much better combination than him and Anthony. Garnacho has been better at right-hand side, and I don't even think this should be a debate, but I'm hoping that everyone it's a general opinion that everyone has. Garnacho on the right-hand side creates a lot more than what he does on the left. He could have easily had 2 or 3 assists last night. Easily. He plays a bit better. Like when he plays on the left, you know what he's doing. He's going for goal half the time. Whereas when he's playing on the right, defensively, his work rate. We praised Anthony for work rate. I'm sorry, but Garnacho puts him to shame. Like, if that was the reason to play Anthony because he's good on the right-hand side, he supports his fullback defensively, I'm sorry, Garnacho has shown us time and time again on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side that he's capable of doing that as well, and he's much more beneficial going forward. Now, obviously, Omari Forson came on yesterday, got an assist. He got more assists in the Prem this season than Anthony. Do you know how shameful that is? More assists in the Prem than Anthony. And he did something very well yesterday. If you guys watched the goal back from Mainoo gets the ball off Forson, and then Forson makes a run, a diagonal run that drags the defender out. As a result, opens up that space for Mainoo to take that shot. If Forson didn't do that and he just stood there static, that goal might have never happened. So shout out to Forson for that. Ten Hag spoke about him in the press conference after the game and basically said, listen, Anthony Martial's out injured. We can't get a striker in the January window. So, Forson will get minutes. And then he mentioned Amad Diallo. He said Forson and Amad Diallo will have to be those options, basically. Let's be clear. Let's be very clear, guys. Erik Ten Hag has no plans for Amad Diallo. Let's be clear. I do not think he has any intention to include him in the team. I don't think he sees many games that he feels like Amad will be able to come on and change things. And if he does bring on Amad, it's going to be a game where we're losing like 2-3-0. It's going to be a pointless cameo. Because yesterday, you can't tell me Anthony's disruption in the front line led to Wolves scoring. Like, that's one of the goals came from Anthony's nonsense and losing the ball. There's no way that you can look at Anthony and think, yeah, I'm going to bring him on instead of Amad. Anthony on the left don't work. Anthony on the right don't work. Anthony on the pitch full stop does not work. It's never going to happen. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Be sure to call in if you want to have your say, of course. Just be sure to put your name in the box so that I can see who it is. Just so that I know who's a member, etc., those kind of stuff. But honestly, I was on such a high this morning coming, as a result of last night's match. And I watched back the highlights of the game, and there was just things that I noticed more watching it back than I did at the time. There was things that I noticed more watching it back at the time. Let me quickly go through actually some of the comments. He is afraid Amad will outshine Anthony. I doubt that. He does, but not for now, in my opinion. Everyone has better stats than Anthony. Name one footballer who hasn't. Even I got better stats. Me and Anthony got the same number of Premier League assists and goals this season. One of us plays professional football, the other doesn't. Says a lot, right? Him and Onana watched the second goal go in, touched both of them. I think the one thing with Dallo is, especially for that second goal, is that, in a corner, in those situations, I would prefer that the player that's on the line comes off the line quickly. That way, 3 Wolves players would have been offside. But Dallo kept them all on line because his feet was glued to the line. Like, corners taken, it gets cleared out, come off the line. Come off the line. We need an extra body. We need an extra man. Come off the line. As a result, that's not what happened, but it is what it is. There are some flaws in his game, but I definitely think, like, I understand why people do prefer Dallo attacking wise. I understand it when I watch the last couple games. I understand it, but I'm still not sold on him defensively. I still think that there's better than Dallo out there. Like, I feel like I genuinely feel like there's better out there. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to Sefa says, big up Mina. Do you have Nigeria game on? KG will be unbearable. No, I had it on, but I don't have it on anymore. However, I've been hating on Nigeria in it, so I've decided now, semi-finals, I'm going to support them. Because if it works, if my logic is correct, when I'm against Nigeria, they win. So when I support them, they'll lose. Mind blown, and that's what I'm gonna do. Is that a Yardi tracksuit, Mina? No, it's not. It's a Venezia football shirt. It's a football shirt. It's not a Yard one. Funnily enough, I actually want the Jamaica football shirt just because it looks so sick. But it's not. I just realized the colors are quite similar to a Jamaica colors. The green, not so much the orange. I know Jamaica's flag is yellow. Angola's still in this. Don't count your chickens. I don't even know what phrase that is, but come on, Angola. Like, what can I say? I'm supporting Angola. Let's go. Let me bring some people through. Gonna start with Broderick, I can't add you because you have not connected your cam or mic, so I can't add you to the stream. You know what? The last person that was Noah was stressed. Noah was stressed last time he called in. Big up to Noah. Are you still feeling stressed, Noah? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling, not that much, At least we got lucky to win, to be honest. Listen, I was a little bit happy. We got the 3 points. Just, clear up, to get even at least seven, to get in the seventh place, by West Ham 1 point clear. But listen, the yesterday's performance, it wasn't being good enough. Listen, some of them that I wasn't a little bit happy with Bruno Fernandes, even Garnacho as well. Some of them we could have even scored more than goal, even 5 or 6. But listen, they should have done it. Even I know, even I'm concerned. The referee that Casemiro has been, they have been given, that shouldn't have been a penalty in my opinion. To that, and just don't understand. How many times can we just keep continuing this referees who has not even giving those opportunities, and you're just gonna let it go for that? That's like Liverpool. You just don't give it a penalty, and that's how we regret it like that. I just don't understand. Yes, this VAR is completely shocking, and also is a disgrace as well for me.
You would think we lost with your. You seem sad, but we won.
Listen. In my opinion, listen. It doesn't matter whether we win or not or draw. Still, we have still a lot of games to go, even if against West Ham or against Aston Villa or any other clubs. Still, there are a lot of problems because I don't know what to say. Because until the new manager comes, that's all I can say. I mean, you know that.
So you don't even want this
From
manager. You're saying until the new manager
the,
comes.
no, I know every fan base wants Tenak to get sacked. That's all they want. But for me, that's the only way it can change. So that wherever a new manager comes, we need a professional manager who has a discipline, like Antonio Conte, for example. Every some rumor saying that Jose Mourinho, well, he's coming back to United.
Would you
I
take
don't
Jose
know if it's
Mourinho?
true or not. To me,
Would you
in
would
my
you take
opinion,
him? Would you take Mourinho back?
I don't know. To be honest, but I wouldn't take him.
You just
Not
said
a single
Conte.
chance.
That's the shock for me. You just said
Listen,
Conte.
yep. Listen, I wouldn't think. Listen, Jose Mourinho after what he has done because of the Paul Pogba and Jose Mourinho having his arguments with the players. You know that on his third season, it's on him. Okay, listen, we have been the worst. We have been the worst ever since we couldn't have been win a Premier League in the last 10 half years. So I'm sorry, we don't have the best managers who can lead this team. We don't have even the best players like Bruno Fernandes, even like Marcus Rashford. Does it give him, his ability, to get his form back? For me, nope. As far as I'm concerned, listen, Rashford, he needs to leave. Maguire needs to leave. McTominay needs to leave. Every single one of them who are not even good enough for this team. That's what I'm concerned. The
Big up
rest,
Noah.
listen.
You got some
Yeah.
strong opinions, man. I wouldn't agree with all of it, but that's the point of the call-in show. Big up to Noah. My guy said Conte. He said he would take Conte. He said United need a manager that has discipline. He wouldn't take back Jose Mourinho, but he would take Conte in an instance over Ten Hag. I would have thought, guys, after watching that last few, what was it, 4 minutes? I would have thought United lost yesterday. I would have thought United lost. Even when we lose, people are still sad. People are still upset. People are down. They're disappointed. Whatever description you want to use. Come on, guys. 3 points. A Kobe Mainoo masterclass. Excuse me. Rasmus Hojlund is on the up. There's positives to take away from this. Like, don't let your dislike for the manager or your hate for the manager kind of blur the reality of what yesterday was. Yes, it was a tight game, and yes, Manchester United should have really been 3, 4, 5-0 up by the end of the first half, but they still walked away with 3 points, and that's what 3 points that we started the month with. In a very important month. I've said this time and time again. I've said February is a very important month because it's the games that we have against the mid-table teams, which should be guaranteed 3 points. We should be walking away at the end of the month with nothing less than 15 points. Nothing less than 50. That's all I'm asking for. And we've got West Ham, when is it? Sunday. Then we've got another game next. So we're playing every week after that. At least there's no more mid-game weeks. That's the good thing. There's no more mid-game weeks, because that's the difficult part when you've got already a thin squad in terms of injuries and all of that sort of stuff. That's the most important thing. But guys, if you're going to call in, yeah, please try be a bit happy in it. Even if you're faking it, at least just try be a little bit happy for Manchester United's 3-point victory yesterday. 3 players from the academy scored. Rasmus Hojlund, goal and assist. Kobe Mainoo, goal, winner, first Premier League goal away from home. He still hasn't even scored at home. He scored in 2 consecutive games. Rasmus Hojlund scored in 3 consecutive games. Marcus Rashford back on the score sheet. McTominay doing what McTominay does. You see, I'm sitting here praising McTominay. Come on, if I can do it, so can you. And Erik Ten Hag, there was things that he got right yesterday. Let's be honest. There was things that he got right. So let's be realistic, guys. Let's be happy. Like, don't be down. Don't be miserable. You know, we're only meant to be down when we're losing. When we're winning, we're meant to be happy. It's as simple as that. I'm joined by Malcolm. Big up to Malcolm. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. What's happening, Malcolm? What do you think of yesterday's game?
Listen, when I tell you I was going through all the motions, like I'm literally saying, like I literally went through all the motions. Like I watched the game, and first half, I thought we was controlling it. Like to me, like I didn't even like celebrate or anything. Obviously, I was in class, right? I'm in class, so like when sometimes in class, right, I'd be watching the games like quietly, but yeah, I was watching the game, and we were controlling it. It was calm. I mean, Wolves didn't really cause too many problems in the first half. And so I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. I mean, creating chances. And then how we just don't create. We just stop creating chances after like a 2-0 lead. And to me, that's where I was like, this could happen again.
Yeah.
And then second half, we didn't take our chances, and then Wolves got a penalty, and then you're thinking, surely it can't get any worse than this, and it did. Thankfully, we didn't go behind. Thankfully we didn't go behind, but yeah, just what a game, what a game. Mainoo, I just want to give a special shout out to Mainoo, my guy, Mainoo. Listen, this guy, like, I don't know, I don't know how he does it, but the amount of composure, the amount of calmness, what I mean, in the way he plays is just incredible. Like, you look up, what I mean, like we have midfielders like Bruno, experienced midfielders like Bruno, what I mean, Ericsson, McTominay, what I mean, they have more experience than mine, but you look at how the way Mainoo scored that goal, and you can just sense, you can see glimpses of what he has in his game. And to me, like that is exactly what we need in this team. We need someone that can create, someone that can give us something different. And that's what I like about Mainoo. Hopefully, the Glazers don't mess this up and then just end up selling him. But yeah, listen, Mainoo is one for the future, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, it's 3 points.
3 points, exactly. It
Three
is
points.
3 points. You're
It
right.
is
I was
three
going to say,
points. It's 3 points, but listen, we have to look at the end of the day, right? We have to look at the bigger picture. We can't keep balling leads like this. When we're in a 2-0 lead, right? We need to make sure that we close the game early. We had chances in the second half where we could have closed the game. Bruno had a chance, but it got blocked by Dawson. Hojlund was thrown on goal, but it was blocked by Jose Sa. A chance. These were clear-cut chances that we had to close the game off. But then we let Wolves get back into the game, and it could have gone worse than that. If we weren't careful, like Wolves could have scored 3 or 4 goals. So yeah. Anyways, listen. I'm relieved. I'm relieved that it's 2 points. We all go on to West Ham at home. It's not gonna be, as I said again, it's not gonna be easy. It's not another tough game. You know what I mean? And our home record is appalling. You know what I mean? I think it's
yeah.
probably worse than our away record, or I'm not too sure, but yeah.
Let me ask
Uh,
you quickly before we wrap this up. Are you Ten Hag in or are you Ten Hag out?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm neither, because, and the reason why I say that is because I've been to this cycle again before. I've been to this cycle before. I've been in with Oli, Jose. You know what I mean? Maybe no, okay, not so much Van Gaal, David Moyes, and so I've been through this cycle of getting managers out.
Yeah.
And no, I'm sure people in the comments are gonna say, yeah, ETH out for sure. To me, it's as simple as, if he goes out, this is gonna be him. It's gonna be on him, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of seeing the same, football, the same style of tactics every single time. This is a manager that was supposed to bring in, they were supposed to bring in attacking football, you know, from Ajax. And now he just decides to, to drop all his principles and just revert back to this, sit back and, defend and just hit teams in the counter. And like, I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm done. I'm done, with this whole cycle of like calling managers out, saying I'm in or out. Like, I'm done, man. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else agrees, but to me, I'm done. And I've spoken to even, KG about this. I mean, he agrees as well. I'm like, we've been to the same cycle before. You know what I mean? We had so much, when Oli was our manager, right? We had so much passion to get him out, but we knew that he wasn't a good manager. Ten Hag has, had the clear credentials, to manage this football club, and now he's just thrown it all away. So
I guess only time will tell. Big up, Malcolm.
yeah,
Thank
time
you
will
for
tell. But
calling
yeah,
in, man.
anyways,
I
big up.
appreciate it. Big up, big up. I think with Ten Hag, only time will tell. I think a lot of people are sitting on the fence. Like at this point, I think a lot of people are sitting on the fence and are very much like, especially is when United have won, is it very much easier to be on the fence because you don't really want to retract your statement yet, but you also don't want to overcommit and otherwise you just sound bitter. People will be like you're just a hater. I've seen people that have been Ten Hag out that are mad that United won. Like to me, that's jokes. I find that funny in it. But each to their own. But with me, I think I share a similar sentiment with Malcolm where I just don't care. Like I just want to see United win, and whatever makes United win, then let that be. But for longevity purposes, I definitely don't see. Unless we see a clear structure, a clear style of football, a clear way of playing, then to me that just doesn't seem sustainable. And that's all I really say all the time. sustainable football or sustainable type of football. That's what we need to see. I'm hearing Nigeria have gone through, so big up to Nigeria. My hating didn't work, so I need to go back and rethink my tactics. I'm gonna have to start supporting them. Maybe I'll get a Nigeria shirt and start supporting them, and then they'll crash out. But I've heard that they're going through. I'll be doing a watch along in about less than an hour's time, actually, for DR Congo versus Guinea, and I think that's gonna be a funny one because I think the whole stream we're just gonna be chatting a lot of nonsense. I don't see it being that entertaining. But also I hope that they make me eat my words. I hope that they make me eat my words. But if you want to call in, the link is somewhere in the chat. I can't see it, but I know that it's somewhere in the chat. If you do scroll up, if you'd like to, we have a lot of content coming throughout the next couple of days. We've got a stream tomorrow with Saeed midday, I think, or maybe like somewhere in the afternoon. Got a video coming out tomorrow. Got another video coming out on Sunday. There will be no watch along for the women's game on Sunday because I will be at a different game. But there will be a post-match reaction to the game after West Ham, so we'll be live for that one, of course, Sunday evening. We've got a members only stream coming up. So I don't know what I should do. I don't know if I should make it members only completely, or should I make it everybody can watch it, but only members can chat in the chat section. And once that the stream is done, is gone, only members will be able to see it. I don't know which one to do. I still haven't really decided which way to kind of go. But we're going to do a stream specifically for members. We're going to mix it up, Q&A, talk movies, talk films, talk music, talk everything non-football related. And we'll also maybe play some games. Maybe. I haven't really decided on that just yet. We'll be bringing back EAFC streams, of course. Then we have a lot of content throughout the entire next week, both women's, men's, AFCON, gaming, just all of that stuff. If you want to join the membership club, you can. It's the pinned comment in the chat. You get your badges, you get your emojis, you get, of course, your custom member content. Now, I'm going to go live in about 50 minutes. So I think I'm going to wrap this stream up in about the next 10 minutes so that I can have a break in between my streams, because the worst thing you can ever do is go back to back. Like what I've been doing lately is going back to back to back on streams, and it's exhausting. Having lights in your face for like 5-6 hours, it hurts your eyes. It's taking a toll on my eyesight, guys. I'm not joking. What also was taking a toll on my eyesight? Manchester United. Manchester United was taking a toll on my eyesight, but thank God we finally got 3 points. And you know what? Yeah, I don't think I could talk about Kobbie Mainoo enough. I don't think I could talk about Kobbie Mainoo enough, because I saw a tweet last night, which was an old tweet. It was from about, I think it was like from December times. And it was a content creator that was basically saying that people are hyping up Kobbie too much. And we should remember he's a young kid. Listen, Kobbie Mainoo is probably he's the next best talent to come out of England. How about that? When we've had the likes of, in recent years, obviously, Jamal Musiala kind of counts, even though he's an academy kid, but Bayern Munich developed him. But if we talk about English talents, we're talking about the Judes, the Rice, the Sakas, the young kids. Kobbie Mainoo, next up. How about that? I don't think that's too wild for me to say that. I actually don't think that's too wild for me to say that, because it says a lot that Kobbie was playing under 18s, under 23s, whatever, and he looked a mile ahead of everyone else at that age. Then you put him into the senior team and he looks better than some of the senior players. There was an interval yesterday. There was an exchange where Kobbie picks it up from the back line and he goes across to the right-hand side, plays it to Dalot. Dalot plays it to McTominay, who takes the worst touch ever and gives it away, and Kobbie Mainoo is there to win it back. Imagine how many years is between them. There's about 6 years. I think there's like 6 or 7 years between them. And you can just see the difference in the way that they both play. You can see it. Both of them are Carrington products. They're both Carrington products. They're both academy kids. Yeah. Manchester United have done well to have how many academy kids on yesterday? Garnacho, McTominay, Mainoo, Rashford, Johnny Evans, I think, counts as one as well. Who scouted McTominay? I don't know, but he must have the same eye problem that I have. Whoever scouted McTominay has the same eye problem. Mainoo is the diamond in the rough stones. You know what? That's true, because in what has been a difficult season this season so far, Kobbie Mainoo has probably been the most exciting thing to come out of it. It's the thing that people look forward to the most watching. It's the player that people look most forward to. It's the player that people are disappointed when he doesn't start and when he's on the bench. 18 years old. He's a kid. He's actually a kid. Like, in my eyes anyways, 18 is still relatively young, and he's here looking like a more experienced and composed senior player than some senior players who have 5, 6, 7 years under their belt. Like, that is no joke. Imagine how good Kobe will be 5 years from now. Imagine that. Hopefully he's able to stay fit. Hopefully, if he continues to stay fit and continues to play in the first team, he will have an unbelievable number of appearances at Manchester United if he decides to have a whole career at Manchester United. If he chooses to have a long career. Remember, Rashford burst onto the scene. If you guys remember, Rashford burst on the scene, Greenwood burst on the scene, Garnacho burst onto the scene, but none of them came straight into the first team. All of them came through in intervals. They came in substitute, start a game. Substitute, start a game. Kobbie Mainoo immediately. Last season, I think, was his kind of settling in period where he came on as a sub a few games. I remember Charlton, Reading, FA Cup early stages. He came in poverty minutes, 15, 20 minutes max. But this season, from when he's come back from injury, and you know what? It makes me think if he didn't get injured, he probably would have been involved from the beginning of the season. Manchester United I don't think they would have went and got Amrabat on loan. I don't think they would have got Amrabat on loan because now, what is Amrabat going to do on the bench? McTominay is going to come on ahead of him. Casemiro and Mainoo are going to start. He's just going to he's going to be he's a non-existent factor for Manchester United for the next however number of months is left of the season, 4 or 5 months of the season. He's going to be irrelevant. I actually wonder what would have the season been like had Kobbie Mainoo not got injured. It would have been I wouldn't say he would have completely changed our situation because it's not one player that changes the entire situation. But I definitely do think that he would have had a lot more of an impact than we would have thought he would have if he had been available from the beginning. But obviously, unfortunately, he got injured. It is what it is. But he is the hot topic. Right now, you go on YouTube and you type in Manchester United versus Wolves. Every video I see, Mainoo is on the thumbnail. He is on the thumbnail. Where every content creator's 5-minute video after yesterday's game, something to do with Kobbie Mainoo. But let's not look past Rasmus Hojlund. Let's not look past Rasmus Hojlund and what Rasmus Hojlund did yesterday, because over the last couple, I would say, especially since the Christmas time, since he really scored his first goal, I definitely see a more hungry version of him. And he wants to not only score, but he does want to get assists. He wants to do link-up play. He's running into the right positions. His acceleration, I always get taken aback when I see it in the game. I always forget that because we don't really see him making like accelerated runs, but when you do, he's bursting past everybody. And we forget so much that he is as young as Garnacho and everyone else. Him, Kobbie, Garnacho, Ahmad, they are all age mates. They are all age mates. That is the future of Manchester United right there. Like, they could fully be the 4 players that are the most important players to Manchester United for the next 10 or so years. 10 or so years where you just build around them. It's very much possible. Garnacho has shown us it's possible. Kobbie has shown us it's possible. Rasmus has shown us it's possible. Next up, it's Ahmad, hopefully, that will show us that it's possible. And if it's not, then I think United will eventually part ways with him. I think by the summer, if similar to Hansen Aaron, he didn't want to sign an extension and he would have left on a free next year, but he didn't want to sign a contract extension because there was no guarantee that he was going to play. So even though that it was reported that it was a big bonus, it was a bit like he was getting a big salary bump. He didn't care about the salary bump. He cared about playing time, and that's why he left Manchester United. And if that's the case for Amad Diallo, I think Amad Diallo will leave in the summer as well. But that just shows you the recruitment as well for United players going to buy kids for the academy just to let them go for peanuts eventually. I don't know, man. I don't know, but let me not dwell on the negatives. Like I said, it's 3 points. Nothing can ruin my Saturday and my Friday now because United won yesterday. Sunday is a different story. That is a story for them. That is a story for Sunday. And for now, I'm focused on the now. I'm focused on the now. Kobbie is a lot different than the other kids. Not to hate, but he's levels above. Big up to Kobbie. Facts. He's levels above, man. He just looks so good. Was Ahmad 35 million? Yeah, add-ons. It was 19 plus add-ons. 19 plus 16 in add-ons, which had a bunch of like appearances and all of that stuff. Big up to Steffi in the chat. We got I'll say our last caller just because, yeah, this is our last caller, none other than Koala, a resident member of the chat. Sancho Defense League. Is that what you are? The Sancho Defense League? What is that profile picture?
Yes, it is Sancho Defense League.
Why is it? Why are you coming here to defend? What has Sancho got to do with yesterday's game?
No. It's okay. So today I wanted to call into KG's stream, but I didn't get the chance.
Okay. So, but do you want to say something blasphemous or what?
No, actually, KG was saying that the Sancho Defense League has Sancho's nuts in their mouth.
Okay. And so what? Are you coming here to prove his point?
No. I'm not saying that. I wanted to say that KG is not the person who should judge us because he has a lot of... His mouth is like a ball pit, all the balls he has in his mouth.
Koala has to go. Koala, you can't come and disrespect KG on my stream. Sorry. No. One thing I'm not doing is having KG disrespect. Like, you can go and take the piss out of KG's football knowledge. You can go to KG's stream and do all of that, but do not bring that here. We're here to talk about football, and we're not going to talk about what people have. I'm gonna bring it back, but Koala, this is a warning to you. Yeah, this is a warning to you. Me and KG, we have a love-hate relationship, but that's my uncle right there. Yeah, do not disrespect him, and if you got beef with him, take it to his channel. This is strictly good vibes. I don't want to hear about the beef you got with other people. Koala, take two.
Okay. Take two. Now, what I want to say is that people are getting excited with Eric Ten Hag because they're saying it's a masterclass that Mainoo scored. I don't know, the last minute goal, and he's brought on McTominay to score another goal. But they don't remember we were losing the game before Mainoo decided to take the game into his own hands.
We weren't losing. It was 3-3.
A draw is like a loss against Wolves. We are Manchester United. And also, the one person that I really hate in that team is Bruno Fernandes. That guy is...
Bruno Fernandes did you watch the post-match interview he did with Kobe?
Yeah, and he ruined it. Kobe needs to do those presses alone. He needs to do the presses alone. I don't want to see Kobe and Bruno, I don't know, doing presses, because Kobe is a better man than Bruno Fernandes. And a better midfielder.
Better man or just a better footballer? Which one?
Both. He's a better man, better footballer,
how do you know what kind
better
of man Bruno
midfielder.
is?
Because if let me Bruno Fernandes, yeah, that guy is a rat.
He's a rat.
That guy will get touched. He will get touched by a feather on the street, and he will go to the ground looking for the referee. I don't like that's okay. And also he ruins the food. Like the way you watch football, you miss the passes, the 1-2s, the combinations with players. But when Bruno gets the ball, hoofball. It's like
okay,
magic.
all right. Do you have any positives to say about yesterday's game?
Kobe Mainoo.
Okay, Kobe. All right.
Kobe Mainoo is one positive. I think everything else is negatives so far for me.
Rashford.
But I'm glad we got the 3 points. Rashford.
You don't sound glad.
Yeah, I don't sound glad, but I'm glad we got the 3 points in the end. But Bruno ruined the game. If you had someone else playing in the 10, that would be a game that you won like 6 or 7. Because the amount of time he was losing the ball, even my dad slept. My dad slept while we were watching the game. He slept at 3-1 or something. Then he woke up, it's 4-3, and I'm telling him, we won. Apparently, we finally got through the game. Also, another person that I have a quarrel with is Garnacho. These people have hyped Garnacho so much.
What the hell has Garnacho done?
Garnacho has been hyped up so much in a game that you want him to turn up missing several games. After that bicycle kick, I've not seen him. I've not seen Garnacho.
He could have had 3
Even-
assists yesterday, where people couldn't
Yeah.
finish their food.
The one thing that I saw is I remember the ball that he was running down the wing with the ball, and then he just kicked it. I don't know if it was a shot, a cross, or
I think it was
I
a
don't know.
mishit cross. Yeah, I think he mishit the cross because he was trying to hit Rashford at the back.
What that's
So the only person that
Garnacho.
you rate yesterday was Kobe Mainoo. That's it.
Yeah, and someone else who needs to be playing is Amad Diallo. I don't want this Omari Foson nonsense. Omari Foson is a Twitch streamer. I don't want these Twitch streamers playing football. Ban these
What?
guys, man. Ban these guys. Put
What do
real
you think about
footballers in the
Onana?
pitch.
What about Onana?
Onana, the next AFCON, if I'm there because it's in East Africa, forget about him. That's the RIP. That's the rest in peace moment. Onana, if he comes here, he's not leaving East Africa. I bet you that. I will kidnap him, or I'll take him hostage. I'll take him hostage and keep him here until he's around.
AFCON is 2027, isn't it? When it's in Kenya.
Yeah. I don't care. I will capture that guy and not release him. He will stay in East Africa till the rest of his days.
So the only way that we can get rid of United can get rid of Onana is if Koala kidnaps him. That's the only way. That's the only solution.
And also, Eric Ten Hag just needs to go, man. He has to go.
Why though? But he set the team up yesterday to win, and they did just that. They should have. It should have been 4-0 in the first half.
Yeah, but he removed the players who were winning in the game to add other players that cost us the match. That game was
like
we were winning it. He put on McTominay. We lost the midfield. We conceded 2 goals after McTominay's goal.
When Maguire came on is when we conceded 2 goals.
The substitutions were a joke, all of them. And then he removes Garnacho and adds, I don't know, Evans. He's like, I just don't understand this man's tactics, what he wants to do in the club. We just need a manager who has something about him and something like a good structure, something that's going to show us, like if I'm watching a Man United game, I feel like I'm watching a football game.
Let me ask you something then. You know the recent news with Jose Mourinho. Where do you stand with that?
Okay, Jose, I don't mind Jose for like a few months till the end of the season. But for a permanent job, I don't think he has the capacity. I think his time is up. He needs to go and do something else, become a pundit in the Portuguese media or something. Yeah, he should do something else or become the manager of the national team of Portugal. I don't think he has any. Yeah, he's done. He's finished. He had a good run. He's a great manager. I respect him, but his time is up.
And last but not least, where do you stand on the Sancho situation? Do you think do you want him to come back to United, or do you want him to just go elsewhere and flourish?
I just want Sancho to prosper because he's a great footballer, and this manager he wanted to ruin his career, but Sancho is above. He went above and beyond. The people of God always go above and beyond.
This guy said the people of Oh my god, guys. Actually, my eyes are watering from laughing so much. Koala is the biggest troll, and I will actually pay money. Yeah, I'll pay money to see Koala and KG go at it. I actually think Koala will make KG pull out his hair. And KG, you know KG is bold, but he will pull out his hair because Koala is so funny. And you know what's funny? Koala fully believes, like, he says everything with chest. And that's why I always respect his opinion big time. I always respect it. He made my day, honestly. Do you think Jose would accept an interim job? I don't think Jose would. I think he thinks he's better than that. He'd look for a permanent job. And also, by the way, I know that I don't ever see him coming back to United, but that whole story that came out, I think that was just his camp kind of feeding it to the UK world, the English league or whatever, just to let people know they're trying to get feelers. They just want people to know, like, he's available if you want him. You know, the Newcastles and the Villas and the West Hams. You know, you guys need a manager. Chelsea maybe. Yes. I don't see him come back to United, but I definitely think it was more so to let people know that he's still open to a new job. So I don't think we've seen the end of him yet. Kobe is the truth. Absolutely, Kobe is the truth. Can we play you in FIFA? Yes. I will be doing Mina versus Minions next week. I haven't decided the time. Probably like at 8 p.m. I'll do Mina versus Minions live on stream. You can come play me on stream. All you need is a PlayStation or an Xbox. Or I think if you got PC, you could do crossplay. So yes, just make sure you keep an eye out for when I post the link to go live. It'll be sometime next week, probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not too sure. We need Mina versus Saeed on FIFA. Guys, I've been trying to make it happen. Saeed is ducking me on FIFA. Saeed is ducking me. So today I'm gonna be live on his channel like later tonight for a debate show late. I think it's like 10 o'clock. Yeah. In the chat, everybody make sure you say, Saeed, why are you ducking Mina on FIFA? Why are you ducking Mina on FIFA? Why you just keep saying it until he answers it? Because he keeps ducking me. We're meant to do it in Christmas, is in the Christmas period, and it's been 6 weeks and it's not happened. So make sure you guys get onto him in the stream. Saeed is so bad on FIFA. I know. That's why I want to play him. That's why I want to play him. Big up to everyone, man. You lot know what it is. I'll be back in exactly, what's my maths? 30 minutes. I'll be back in exactly 30 minutes for I was going to say for Manchester United stream. It's not a Manchester United stream. I'll be back in 30 minutes. What is the stream? It's a live watch along AFCON quarterfinals, DR Congo versus Guinea. Listen, we're here for the vibe, innit? We're here to just watch AFCON football, chit chat, laugh, vibe with the community. Strictly good vibes. You know what it is. You know what it is, man. A vibe along as always. It's going to be fun. I hope to see you lot all there. Then obviously we'll be back later tonight on Saeed's channel. Then I'll be back tomorrow with a daytime stream with Saeed where we're going to be talking. We're going to preview the West Ham game, all of that kind of stuff. And then I'll be back on Sunday again after the West Ham game where we're going to talk about the West Ham game as well. And then next week we'll be back. We're going to have Marcel on. We're going to have a lot of other people on. You lot know what it is. Mina working overtime. Absolutely. Because you have to. We're in a cost of living crisis, guys. I'm joking. Big up to everyone. You lot know what it is. I'll be back in half an hour. Just gonna go have some food, have a cup of tea, get some water, get my snacks together for this watch along, of course, because I'm hoping it's gonna be a good game. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. You can join the membership club. It's the pinned comment in the chat. You get your badges, you get your emojis, you get your custom member content, and of course you get to support the growth of the channel because the channel's growing. And the community is growing. I'll be back in half an hour, guys. I hope to see you lot all there. As always, you know what it is. It's your girl, Mina. Peace.